How you doing, guys? Has anybody noticed how homogenized the workplace is getting? I mean, the corporate takeover is disgusting. I much prefer working for a more independent place. I've worked corporate jobs, I think we all have. And if you notice the control they like to have over people, the people are all the same. They're all homogenized, especially the beat down by management. Like there's no other place in the world to possibly go. Come to find out that management is getting more of a beatdown than you are, because they are convinced that there's no other place to go. I've worked corporate jobs, and funny thing is, I've run into a few of the bosses I've worked for years down the line, and how different they sounded when they were out of that environment. Yeah, they had nothing good to say about it then either. I noticed this when I was one of Jehovah's Witnesses. We all know it's a corporation, but the corporate control that they like to have. And we've all heard this. When it looks like you're going to be walking away, where will you go? Like there's no other place in the world to go. Well, this isn't only the rank and file, but this actually goes up the ladder as well, the control that the corporation likes to have. Circuit overseers, the Bethelites. Granted, they're given some monetary consideration because they don't work. And this includes what Jehovah's Witnesses really think is the top of the ladder, your governing body. And I always wondered, are the governing body prisoners of the corporation? I honestly don't know exactly how much monetarily they make, but financially, the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses are not rich men. That's a misconception that they're reaping all the benefits of the corporation and all the donations. No, that distinction goes to the board of directors, the ones who are reaping the benefits. No, the governing body, although financially, they're not wealthy men. They are, as I've touched on in a past video, they're having their housing paid for and they live quite comfortably. All their clothing is paid for. They've got better health insurance than most of us. Their meals are paid for. So in all honesty, in that respect, yes, they are wealthy men. But when you consider, what if one day just one of them says, much like Ray Franz, I'm just not cut out for this. This is all a lie, because let's face it, the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses is fully aware that this organization is a lie. They know far more than anyone in the organization does. Their new light, their direction, all the creativity comes from them. However, when the corporation is in financial trouble, the boys in Pennsylvania tell them, this is what we need to do. We have more money going out than coming in, and we need you to correct the problem. Now, what was it they did a few years ago? They sent a number of Bethelites home. They canceled a number of work projects. We all heard that when Samuel Hurd came out several years ago. What the board of directors told them, if you cannot correct the situation, if you cannot make these cutbacks, then we will make these cutbacks and we will start at the top. Well, obviously, they realize that they have nowhere to go. And if you consider financially not wealthy men, now they have a retirement as long as they stay with the corporation. And they know that this will continue as long as they do the bidding of the corporation. So what do? They sent a number of Bethelites home, and they'll continue to do so as they need to, and then they beg you for more money. They cancel building projects. A number of properties were put up for sale because the corporation does not want to lose money. In turn, the governing body does not want to lose their jobs. So really you have to wonder just how faithful they are. Now, although they do have a retirement, as long as they stay with the corporation, It's not like they could just, when they come to retire, they just pack up and just go away and disappear, go to Tahiti or something, and never step foot in a Kingdom Hall or have anything to do with Watchtower again. It doesn't work that way. If any one of them or all of them chose to walk away from the corporation, they would end up with zippo, nothing. They'd have no retirement. And considering that they probably didn't do a whole lot as far as secular work, they probably don't have a lot as far as Social Security. No, their retirement and everything they have depends on if they are loyal to the Watchtower and Bible Tract Society, not to Jehovah. No, they are loyal to a corporation, or they end up with nothing. Who knows? They may even consider individually, God, I'd like to get the hell out of here. But they also realize that if they do, they'll end up with nothing. Much like many corporate positions. But in all honesty, guys, the fact that they refer to themselves as the faithful and discreet slave, you have to wonder. Obviously not discreet. And who are they faithful to? They're faithful to a corporation. So what do you get every month? You get JW Broadcasting with more and more smoke blowing. They do the bidding of the corporation. And they will continue to come up with new light so long as it benefits the corporation. If you consider one thing, that the faithful and discreet slave, serving food at the proper time, are servants to the people. But no, your governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses are servants of the corporation. You are pawns, Jehovah's Witnesses. You are nothing more than chess pieces to be used for donations, for building projects. If it comes down to it, if it benefited the corporation, they would discard you so fast, much like the Bethelites and much like the building projects, you would be discarded if it benefited the corporation. At this point in time, legally, they are separating themselves from Jehovah's Witnesses to try and avoid the lawsuits and leave it on you. So are they faithful to you? No, they don't give a damn about you. And as far as a certain fat man on YouTube who wants to call these guys self-sacrificing men, self-sacrificing to who? But as long as they continue to do the bidding of this corporation, they'll continue to have their health insurance paid for. They'll continue to be able to wear designer suits. They'll continue to live like kings as long as they kiss up to the corporation. Much like most corporate management jobs. Because in all honesty, these guys truly have nowhere to go. And if in all honesty they decided to take a more spiritual course and say, you know, this is a lie, we need to go more spiritual, they would be discarded very quickly. And they would end up with nothing. Trust me, guys, they don't have bank accounts, nothing sizable enough to be able to support them. They are trapped in this organization. But you reap what you sow. Anyways, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And please leave your comments below. I'd like to thank my subscribers. And if you come across this video, hit that notification button. You guys have a good day. I'll be talking to you soon.